Hi guys, so today we're diving into a question a lot of people are asking. Should you buy the M2 MacBook Air in 2025? So it's been nearly 3 years now and the price has dropped. And now with the newer M3 and M4 models now, is the M2 still worth it? Or should you just go all in with the latest tech? So let's break down the performance and the pricing and who the M2 Air actually makes sense for in 2025. Let's have a look. So this one is the MacBook Air 2022 M2 series and it has 8GB of memory. Right now you can grab the M2 MacBook Air for around $900 or in pounds around £800. Obviously depending on if you buy brand new or if it's refurbed. When you compare it to the newer M4 MacBook Air that's been recently released, it's looking for around £1,000 and that's with no upgrades at all. Obviously the M2 looks like an absolute bargain to many users. You still get Apple's impressive design, all-day battery life and impressive performance of everyday tasks. But obviously if you're looking for heavy graphics and editing, it's a completely different story which I'll go into later. So first of all, let's quickly break down the M2 chip and what it actually is. So the M chip is basically the brains of the MacBook Air. And before 2020, all of the MacBooks were Intel chips and it was kind of like renting someone else's engine. Obviously I do use an Intel chip at the moment for video editing and it does the job, but generally, you know, it is like having an older engine. And generally with the M series, apps open faster and the laptop runs cooler as well. For everyday use, that means opening up lots and lots of tabs, being able to watch videos, edit videos, access emails, and not having your Mac sounding like a jet engine. And there's literally no fan noise at all, but there has been some questionable issues on that, which I will be discussing a little bit later. Obviously, being an Intel chip user myself as well, I can definitely see it noticeably different when it comes to the fan. It's very, very loud, especially when you're upgrading from a 2017 or 2018, you're noticeably going to see lots of differences. Before we continue guys, let me know in the comments what you're currently using right now. Is it a MacBook Air as well? Have you got the old Intel chips? Let me know in the comments below. Design wise, the MacBook Air is one of the Apple's sleekest laptops. It's super lightweight, you know, I can hold it with one hand. I know I'm not strong, it's just that light. And ideal for commuting and just needing something super light without the stress. You know, if you were comparing this to a tablet, you literally could just go with a MacBook Air, do you know what I mean? This weighs about 2.7 pounds. It's very light. And the MacBook Air is still one of the lightest laptops to purchase. And it's ideal for someone that values portability. As far as portability, this one has one jack plug. And then on the other side, we have the charger. And then we have two C plugs. That's all you need. This is the charger here. Really small as well and really lightweight. Does the job. When you compare it to the older heavy ones, it's so heavy and you really do need to have a big bulky backpack. Obviously the M2 series is missing a lot of ports, so if you are looking for other ports then definitely you can get an adapter, but it's something to consider if portability is important to you. The audio quality is surprisingly solid.
Found around the world for its beautiful beaches, gently swaying palms and tempting turquoise waters, the Caribbean is a lovely place to vacation. Many come to soak up the sun, splash about in the sea, while many of its tropical islands are low-lying. Some are volcanic in origin.
I've done a video where I've compared the audio quality to the older ones and it's very clear. So definitely check that one out if you want to understand more about the audio quality, comparing it to the older MacBooks. It has rich audio speakers, decent mics, great for, you know, Zoom calls, casual listening or YouTube content. The only thing is there is some cap with the brightness. So if you are in very dark rooms, then there is a limitation on the brightness of 500 nits. So if you are working in very dark environments, it's something to consider when it comes to the brightness. Now let's have a look at performance and real use. So this one is used daily for mainly emails, admin tasks, maybe some basic photo editing and video editing, but nothing too extreme. There is an issue with opening tabs. So if I do open too many tabs, it tends to slow down, but we're talking a lot of tabs. So, you know, when I said earlier, you're able to open tabs and not feel like it's slowing down, but if you are opening up more than 20, it does definitely slow down. And if you try and edit 4K video or anything besides one snippet of a clip of video, then it definitely will slow down. This laptop is not supposed to really be used for 4K video editing or, you know, adding lots of layers. Simple editing, yes, but anything over that is definitely worth having a look at the MacBook Pro newer series. So obviously, because there's no fan, it means there's nothing for it to cool down. So that is more useful, definitely for video editing, to have that fan to cool it down and then you can continue editing. But it's not good under pressure because it has no fan. It's completely silent. Some people have purchased thermal pads, but if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend that. But if you wanted to look into it more, then it it definitely will help with adding in your own fan, so you can do a little bit more of the editing. So the battery life has about 18 hours of playback. Even if you don't do much, it can last days and days. And MacBooks generally have the best battery life in its class. Perfect for study seasons, remote work, or watching content on the go. And even with everyday tasks, it can last days. If you're going in there for daily emails, you literally have no worries. You don't even need to take your charger out every time. And if you do want to take your charger out, honestly, it's tiny anyway, it's so light. And when you're comparing it to those bricks of a laptop, you really have nothing to worry about. Obviously, keep an eye on your battery life. If it does go below 80%, it's something to consider looking at. You may notice some change in performance and also charging speed. And this one has a battery life of 95%, so there's no issues there, but it's definitely worth checking it out, especially if you are seeing a lag and wondering what it could be, if it's quite old. Obviously, storage is limiting with just 8 gigabytes. If you are looking to have more storage space, definitely look into investing into more storage, or even having an SSD, external hard drive. I've done a video on one I purchased recently actually that I really love. So small as well, super handy for lightweight items. So should you buy the M2 MacBook Air in 2025? Yes, if you're a remote worker or you're a student or you want day-to-day casual use and you're looking for a laptop below £800, it's perfect for that. You know, you can get great offers on it as well. Yes, you know, if you're upgrading for an older MacBook, especially the Intel chips, you're going to see a massive difference. You know, smoother, quiet and fanless performance, especially you don't want that loud engine anymore, and even slimmer than the older MacBooks. But no, if you're a heavy video editor, you're editing 4K videos, you're a developer, you play lots of video games, or just needing high performance or loads of different ports, if that's the case, go for the M3 or the M4 chip series, or you know, even consider the MacBook Pro line. This may be a 2011, around 3 years old, but honestly it does the job. And it's just about knowing what you're willing to pay for and what you really need from a laptop. Obviously, with the significant price drop, it really makes a difference about what you're buying and what you want to get for your money's worth. Hopefully this video was insightful for you guys, just to give you a bit more insight about the MacBook Air M2 series, especially if you're umming and ahhing, deciding what should I do. I have no clue what to do, what to pick. Then hopefully I was able to help you guys today. If you did like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. What are you thinking? If you guys did like this video, I definitely feel you'd appreciate my comparison with the MacBook Air, comparing it to the older Intel chips, also comparing Androids, iPhones, and lots of other tech reviews as well. Don't forget to hit subscribe, guys. Thanks a lot. Bye.